All right, everybody, welcome to episode 2 of How's School Over There? Education During a Pandemic. This time we're doing it in English. Episode 1 was in Polish, and we'll be kind of alternating back and forth every now and then, every week. So we have a new guest on the show every week here on the mini-series on YouTube. And today we're joined by another Julia, but this time from Connecticut, from the United States. And I'll have you introduce yourself first.
Hi, I'm Julia. I live in Wilton, Connecticut, and I just graduated high school here. And that's it.
All right, great, awesome. Yeah, that's definitely a great perspective to have as a recent high school graduate to what the educational world has turned into over the past half a year or so. So I guess, well, first, congratulations on graduation. I know was, I believe, last week or earlier this month. And what was your initial reaction to, I guess, not going to school anymore and going virtually? I know it happened around March, right? So what was your reaction, and kind of what is your perspective on, I guess, learning in the classroom versus learning through means of Zoom and other technologies?
At first, I was kind of like excited about it, honestly, because I thought, oh, maybe it'd be for like a few weeks and it wouldn't be that big of a deal, and eventually we'd go back to the classroom. But that was not the case, and so as time went on, I kind of became more lazy with the work on Zoom, and I don't know, it just became harder to focus on schoolwork because I felt so disconnected from the classroom. But I pushed through, and I think Zoom is good, and it really helps keep that relationship between the teacher, like if you can see your teacher via Zoom. But as for, when you're on your own time and you're trying to finish assignments or do other things, it can be a little tricky when you don't have the teacher there to help you. So I think that's the main thing I took away from it.
Right. No, certainly that's, I'm with you there on all of that. So I guess, how has your schedule changed towards the end of your senior year of high school in terms of, I know it was probably very cookie cutter at first, and then the teachers kind of got laid back. I got that vibe from here in our district from my younger brother that, kind of got, I guess, a very loose schedule. So how has your schedule changed from March and right through June?
Yeah, it was definitely very lenient. In our district, we had like 2 days. So say you had like math class one day, you had 2 days to get the assignment done. But they would be very small assignments, so it just felt like we had a ton of free time, and definitely not what we would have been doing in the classroom. And everything just felt very, very disconnected. And so I think I had a ton of free time during my day, which I don't know if that was a good or bad thing, but again, I think I just had a lot of free time, and then I tried to make like schedules for myself and kind of make my day look as normal as possible. But again, it's hard to do that when you don't have strict deadlines per se and stuff like that.
Certainly, yeah. Also with you on that there. Now, I want to get a very unique perspective here as someone who has finished high school, is going to college. How was the process during your senior year when all this went down in terms of college prep? Has it been harder? Has it been easier? Has it been more lenient, or just has it been frustrating?
I think it's definitely been a little frustrating. I remember even as early as March, I was still waiting to get some decisions back from schools, and a lot of them either didn't extend their deadlines or did extend their deadlines, so it was very ununiform there. And then getting decisions was also delayed, so it took even longer to find out where I was going. That, and then also just trying to plan now for college in the fall even is very challenging, because we don't know if we're going back, and do we pay for full housing if we're not going to go use it for the full semester? And I think it's just all very confusing. So definitely a little frustrating.
Certainly. Well, bouncing off of that, do you do you hope in August and September to go back to a physical classroom for your freshman year of college, or would you still prefer having a virtual education and online learning?
I think as long as, the social distancing measures and the masks, I can do that, but I would love to be in a classroom, so I can follow all of that as long as I get to be in a classroom. Definitely would prefer that over online, but we shall see what will happen.
Certainly, yeah, everything is still up in the air as we're only in June here, but yeah, no, I'd agree on that note too. The physical classroom cannot be replaced in many instances and in many majors across the board when it comes to college. And I certainly hope for your freshman year of college you started off the way everybody else has, but health safety is first, and that's also understandable. Well, have you, how has your, I guess, no names mentioned, but I guess your social life been playing out towards the end of high school with the pandemic? Have you been meeting with your friends? Have you been having parties, or has it been fairly minuscule? I'm sure it has, but to what extent has it been minuscule?
Yeah, so definitely I'd say in March, April, I didn't see anyone. I was pretty strict with the quarantine. I was staying at home, maybe like a casual walk with one friend. But then as my birthday rolled around later in April, I saw more friends then, just still socially distanced, but I saw more of them. And I'd say starting mid-May, I started to go out more, like for walks to the beach, even taking some takeout and stuff like that, like food-wise. And then definitely now taking advantage of the beaches opening. I've been meeting some friends. Not really any parties though, I'd say.
Certainly, yeah, that still might be a good while. But all right, well, do you have any plans this summer to kind of relax, to get away from the dramatic change that has gotten into our lives over the past few months, or are you just planning to stay at home and I guess doing whatever pleases you until you got to buckle up for the first semester of college?
Yeah, I think definitely since college is coming up so soon, I think I'm just gonna sit back at home, relax. Maybe since I live in a little apartment community, maybe they'll open up the pool so I can take advantage of that. That would be nice. Other than that, I think just like beaches, local parks. Would have been nice to go to Poland like I do every year usually, but I don't think that's going to happen this year.
Right, certainly, yeah. They're still holding back the flights, and maybe if we're lucky, late summer there might be some flights sneaking through to Poland. But yeah, I mean, it's very interesting to see that some things do parallel across the board, no matter the age and no matter actually the continent we're on in terms of how this pandemic has changed the educational landscape. But I certainly hope it does, come back to the way it was before, and I'm hoping, and I'm sure it will eventually. All right. Well, is there anything else you wanted to add or give any tips to, I guess, the incoming seniors for next year on to kind of how to handle the dramatic changes, or maybe the college prep process? If you have anything to say, the floor is yours.
I think definitely I would say, it's important to get all your senior stuff done, like the typical college apps, last minute SAT, ACT, definitely stuff like that. But one thing that I learned was that you have to kind of take advantage of that first semester, even though, they say second semester, senior year, you can have the most fun. Definitely still try to have some fun during the first semester, because as I saw this year, when my year was cut short, I would definitely just try to do as many fun things during the first semester too. But other than that, I think with the college process, it's just really important to plan ahead and kind of, like if there's like early action for schools or early decision and stuff like that, I would take advantage of that, because it's nice to know that you can have some options or some decisions earlier towards your senior year.
Certainly. Yeah, no, that's definitely very good tips, and I do fully agree and endorse that statement as well. The same holds true when I went through the process 4 years ago, and it still holds true today. All right, well, I mean, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but do you want to tell us kind of what you've decided to do for your freshman year of college, and where you're going and what you're studying and kind of what you're looking forward to?
Yeah, so I'm going to UConn and I'll be staying at the Stanford campus, and I'm just studying psychology, maybe communications there as well. Yeah, that's kind of my plan, and hopefully I can, finish my studies at UConn because I really like the campus and I love the program, and I think it was just a fit that was meant to be. Nice to be close to mom and dad too sometimes. And then in the future, I'd love to either, I don't know, work as a clinical psychologist or maybe just go into the business world and work something like that.
Very nice. Well, I wish you the best of luck in that through your college career, and also your goals for your job career as well. That's certainly very good. That's good. You have something in mind, and you're focused on something there. All right. Well, thank you for joining us today, Julia. Again, hopefully, how's school over there? Hopefully, I'll be able to take out pandemic when you're, past your freshman year in college. Hopefully,
Yeah.
right? But again, thank you for joining us, and again, hope your summer goes well and your college career goes well as well. And we'll be joined by another guest coming up next week. We'll see if it'll be Polish or English. We'll let you know, but we have you covered here on my YouTube channel. You can always follow me, subscribe on Radek Czajowski, and you'll see a little mini series there. How's school over there? Or Jaka tam jest szkoła in Polish. All right, Julia, once again, thank you, and hope you have a great summer.
You too. Thank you so much for having me.
All right.